त्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विनिन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्व द्रविणो न मेधे मेधाम इन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधा मे अश्विना उभावा दत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवी मेधा सरस्वती सामां मेधा सुरभिर्जुषताघ स्वाहा आमां मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सामां मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्ताम् हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ विनाशिनी परप्रेम प्रदायिनी साधकाश्रयधात्रीं तां राधिकां प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् मुनीन्द्रवन्दिते त्रिलोकशोकहारिणी प्रसन्नवक्त्रपङ्कजे निकुञ्जभूविलासिनी व्रजेन्द्रभानुनन्दिनी ब्रजेन्द्रसूनुसङ्गते कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् सदा विदेहभासिते प्रमोदमानमण्डिते प्रियानुरागरञ्जिते कलाविलासपण्डिते अनन्यधन्यकुञ्जरा प्रेमकेलिकोविदे कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् मतेश्वरी प्रियेश्वरी स्वतेश्वरी सुरेश्वरी त्रिवेदभारतीश्वरी प्रमाणशासनेश्वरी रमेश्वरी क्षमेश्वरी प्रमोदकाननेश्वरी व्रजेश्वरी प्रजाधिपे श्रीराधिके नमोस्तुते व्रजेश्वरी प्रजाधिपे श्रीराधिके नमोस्तुते श्रीराधिके नमोस्तुते श्रीराधिके नमोस्तुते। निदयतो हृदे
ನಿರ್ಧಯನಾದೊಡೆ ಆ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡಲಿ ಶ್ರೀಹರಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡಲಿ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ಧೀರನು ದೀನೋದ್ಧಾರನು ನೀನೆ ಧೀರನು ದೀನೋದ್ಧಾರನು ನೀನೆ ತಾರಕ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಧೀರನು ದೀನೋದ್ಧಾರನು ನೀನೆ ತಾರಕ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಬಾರಿ ಬಾರಿಗೂ ನಿನ್ನ ತೋರಿ ಬಜಿಪೆ ಮುನ್ನ ಬಾರಿ ಬಾರಿಗೂ ನಿನ್ನ ತೋರಿ ಬಜಿಪೆ ಮುನ್ನ ಪಾರುಗಾಣಿಸೋ ಪಾರಮಯಿ ಮಹರಿ ಪಾರುಗಾಣಿಸೋ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡಲಿ ಶ್ರೀಹರಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡಲಿ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ನೀನಾದ ಜನಕ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ನೀನಾದ ಜನಕ ಓಂಕಾರ ರೂಪನು ನೀನೇ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ನೀನಾದ ಜನಕ ಓಂಕಾರ ರೂಪನು ನೀನೇ ಕಿಂಕರರಿಗೆ ಬರುವ ಸಂಕಟ ಕಳೆವನೆ ಕಿಂಕರರಿಗೆ ಬರುವ ಸಂಕಟ ಕಳೆವನೆ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟ ವಿಠಲ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡಲಿ ಶ್ರೀಹರಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡಲಿ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ ನೀದಯ ತೋರದೆ ನಿರ್ದಯನಾದೊಡೆ
Thank you for the bhajans. I request Ravat Swamiji to please start with the discourse.
Namaste to you all. My love and blessings. We'll begin today's session ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता ह्या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। We were discussing about the scriptures that we have, of which we took up the first part, the Vedas. From there, that is the basic scripture of ours, which is called Shruti, distinct from the rest of the scriptures. The whole thing is divided into Shruti and the rest, whole rest. It has no end and beginning, Smriti. Because people, each Acharya comes, each Avatara comes, something being added to this Smriti, but Shruti remains the same. And this you cannot pronounce or tell or use it in any way except in the traditional way. This has all permission, free access. You can use any way. You can tell any stotra, any type, anything you can be done. But Vedic chanting, it has to be done as it should be, that we saw, because these are revelations. God has revealed the truth to them, and in that ecstatic state, while they are coming down just from their having experienced something which is unusual, which senses cannot conceive, understand, intellect cannot discern, mind cannot contain it. Such thing, when they experience, having gone beyond the nature, having experienced, when they come back and express it, the whole being is reacting and expressing. It is not just a verbal expression. Now, I am telling you something, only my intellect, mind and heart are speaking, my mouth through the mouth. You can hold on to what I say, but what they told, they could not express through the words. Words were the lowest media through which they conveyed. The whole thing was the excitement in which the state they were, the accent they did, the bodily postures and gestures, the eyes, how they expressed through the eyes, through the body, through the heart, the upsurge of the emotions. These were more predominant, and those were expressing more than the words that can carry the matter. So, when we give matter alone, it is like, suppose I give Medha Devi, they have chanted now, a text to you, Medha Devi Jushatam, or Aham Rudrebir Vasubhischaramyaham. If some sukta I give you from the Vedas, it is just like dead body. It has no life. It is matter. When it comes from a guru's mouth, in the traditional way in which it has flowed down, and it is being told to the another conscious entity It must come from the consciousness and go to the conscious with all the feelings, with all training. See, to I can teach any stotra, any this Sahasranama or anything or any Smriti, Bhagavad Gita, all these Puranas are there. All this can be taught, or you can see a book and learn. You can go to the internet and open and learn. But Vedas, it needs a lift in the Shishya's standard of existence, and I must be able to lift his consciousness to the higher level to receive this. At least if his consciousness doesn't reach the anahata, he cannot receive my Vedic chanting. After he receives the Vedic chanting, it must transform his life. That's what we saw in last time. It is called Nigama, flowing from the absolute down. It is revelation. So, when it is revelation, it is flowing down, it is called Nigama. And Amnaya, because it is to be practiced, earned, experienced, and given to the next generation. So, to receive it, suppose I want to teach some medicine to someone, medical student I want. To teach him, I cannot take any boy who is playing in the fields. He has not yet learned to write and read. Now, I have to raise him through many standards to give him that knowledge to become a surgeon. Like that, I have to give Vedas, all other scriptures I can give away. Darshanas, this, that. So many things are there. I can give Vedas to give. Otherwise, they are receiving the dead body without life and without power. If it wants to transform the life, they want to experience the Parabrahman, they want to enter into the reality, they want to know how the rishis got transformed, their consciousness has to be raised, and the Guru must be competent to give it, and the Shishya must be raised to that level of consciousness where it can be transmitted through words, not only through words. The words will be power. That's why the mantras, when mantra diksha is given, only words are going, but words alone are not going. It's a live mantra. Has got consciousness, it has got power. It can transform man. It can take him to beyond the nature. He can make him realize God. He can see God with that mantra. So Om Namah Shivaya is there, we have heard from childhood. When Guru gives it, Om Namah Shivaya, it is not words, Om Namah Shivaya. It is a live, it is awakened mantra with power and with consciousness. It is conscious. Mantra is conscious. That is why it has to come from Guru to the disciple. At least mantra, he can practice and lift his consciousness. In Upanishads and the Vedic tradition, it has to raise him first, then give to him. So years of service of Guru, and then watching the life of Guru, intimately coming in contact with Guru, imbibing all the qualities of Guru, he prepares himself to receive the Vedas. So Vedas are called Shruti. This alone has this restriction which is given to the mantras. That is why it's called Veda mantra. All other doesn't come under this one. The Guru initiation mantra and Vedas, they are revelations. Mantra which Guru gives to the disciple is revelation. It is revelation. It is not coined, it is not designed, we are not taking into some standard format. If we are tallying with the reality, I may do anything. Call on God, love Him, I may write a song. But it is different. Now, saints which they sing, now Meera bhajans, Each bhajan is something like mantra. One who is awakened to Krishna, he will know what is that Mera bhajans. Others will not know. Others will enjoy the music part of it. There won't be awakening. So, these Veda Shrutis have got this speciality. This we saw in the last class, and how the rishis, the original yoga, before that, Vedas we took up short notice of that. The original way, how the early sages, how they, through self control, through dedication, through pure life, through love of all beings, how they raise themselves to reach the transcendental reality, imbibed that and gave to us. That path by which they went through the inward journey into the transcendental realm, crossing the 10th door and going beyond. That we saw. That is what we are. We have taken it as original yoga. That is original yoga. Then we saw the Vedic things, all how the that's why when the Vedic rishis received this knowledge, transcendental knowledge, from there the first concept, philosophical concepts began, religious sentiments began. How beautiful, you see, all whatever we have, spiritual tradition began. Spiritual, religious, philosophical, all these began at that time when the whole world was still in their elementary level of trying to whether to cover the body with clothes or not. They were thinking. The Indian sages had reached that state to transcend and go beyond. We don't know when. The farthest, the scientists have put the farthest date of the Vedas to 25,000 years behind, and about 6,000 years is the nearest, because Buddha, we say about 5,000. For the compilation they say 4,000, but it is irrelevant to us, because what we want is the medicine that cures our diseases and takes us beyond. We should not bring historicity into the spiritual field and religious field. So this is what we see. And then we saw the whole thing, whatever we needed in that. Now we will come to the what is content of this Vedas. Now all these compilations, they did not happen at a time or a short period. It went on, each rishi came, each it was a tradition, number of centuries it must have passed through, or millenniums it must have passed through. We don't know. And it went on adding it. Everything is a realization, everything is a revelation. So whole Vedic, each will teach their disciple, raising their consciousness level, and from mouth to mouth. Because why mouth to mouth? Because the writing had already come into picture, but written was not accepted, because I am carrying only words without life. So not to be written down. Mantras which Guru initiates, it is not to be written down. It is not to be told to a person who is not yet ready to receive it. It becomes word. It remains word. So to mouth it was given, because the essence, life and power cannot be given through writing. This was the tradition. So collectively, huge mass of the spiritual knowledge was there. But man's nature, as slowly time passes, the man becomes yielded to senses. The intellectual capacities drop down, because the times are changing. Now, totally what present state you see, just a man is just a body. Spiritual awareness is almost zero. That's why we call it Kali Yuga. So, as the time changes, all this, there comes the Vyasa, Veda Vyasa. Whatever then at that time was available, he gathers, he collects, he remembers. He doesn't write down, he remembers. The whole thing he divides into 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Atharvana Veda. It is he who decides how it should be differentiated. One thing is, we see the Vedas are divided with mostly, means majority items, if we see, the contents of it, if we see, they are divided into Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samveda, Atharvana Veda, according to the Vedic rituals they used to conduct. The Yaga, Yajna and all that. The Yaga, Yajna and all to conduct, there are 4 main people are required. One is called Hotra. The other one is called Advaryu. The third one is called Udghatra. And the fourth is called Brahma. These are the 4 ritviks that are required to conduct a yaga. So, the first person, Hotra, who is doing the yajna, he invokes the divine. He praises, stuti is there, stuti pradhana. In Rigveda we see this Samhita portion is full of stutis. This is the part that is used by the Hotra in the beginning to invoke the various gods and goddesses, various powers of the universe, like Varuna, the water, Agni, and all these powers which are controlling our lives and the universal movements. So they were invoked through prayers and praises. So first part, as we see, it becomes the Hotra's expression of calling. These are called Samhita mantras. The second part is Udghatra, who is going to Advaryu, who is going to offer the ahutis in the Homagni. He will utter certain mantras and offer. So, Advaryu is one who is offering. These mantras that he utters while offering, they are called, they are second part. They form the Brahmana portion of the Vedas. Vedas have got 4 sections. Samhita mantras, Brahmana, then Aranya and Upanishads. These are the 4 sections that we see. So, Yajurveda consists mainly for the person who is going to Advaryu, who is going to offer the Homa in the Homa Ahutis. Then the third part, one has to sing loudly. When the Homa is going on, he will have tremendous capacity of shouting and telling the mantras. Means because thousands of people will join in a satra, there he has to tell the mantras that all are able to hear, no loudspeakers. So he is called Udghatra. He is loudly telling, Udghatra, singing loudly. These are set to tunes. This come under the Samaveda. Samveda belongs to Udghatra, who is going to loudly tell the mantras in a proper tone and in ragas, singing like it will be there. Then the fourth is the Brahma. He knows all the Vedas. Usually the Vedas are called Trayi. These are major 3, and the Fourth, Atharvana Veda contains something that we need in the world day to day. It has not major part of the that I am receiving something. Here, these are the things that we give in to God to please. Yaga, yajna and all are done to please God. Here in Atharvana Veda, most of the things we are seekers. So this is not brought into the Yaga Yajna much. It is there, but it is not brought into much. So these yoga, the Vedas are called Trayi, the three. And then the Brahma, the fourth person who is needed for the whole conduction of Homa, is the Brahma. He knows all the Vedas in every detail. One person must be knowing. Each one will know. Ritvik will know only Rig Veda, who is going to be the invoke person who is going to invoke, Hotra. Then Advaryu, he is going to offer, is Yajurvedi, and the Samvedi, Udghatra, who is going to sing loudly, and the fourth is Brahma. He goes on seeing. There is no flaw anywhere. Nobody makes a mistake. Nobody makes a mistake in pronunciation, in doing any action. How to offer, with what way. Because the Yaga Yajna are Kriya Pradhana. In Bhakti and Jnana and all, it is Bhavana Pradhana. This is Kriya Pradhana. If you make an error, you will not get the fruit properly. Just like you are cultivating land, farming. If you make mistakes, suppose you don't water properly, you will not get the fruit. Like that, in the world we see it's Kriya Pradhana. Action is more important and not bhavana. With whatever way you throw the seed, it will germinate. It is not so in the Bhakti and Jnana. In Bhakti and Jnana, you have to bhavana pradhan. How you do what you do is immaterial. But how much love you offer, how much detailed way, the inner, what is your inner content when you do the action is more important. So here we see that this Yaga Yajna Kriya Pradhana. So the Brahma will sit and guide all the things, make him do it, repeat again, do again, wherever there is mistakes. And then this is the formation. And now we saw the contents, subject wise. This is action wise division. Now there is another subject wise division, Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Jnana Kanda. And this is another division of Vedas, how we do, is the Samhita mantra, then the second part, which the Advaryu uses to offer. Brahmana, it's called Brahmana, Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishad. This is according to the life pattern. The first part, Samhita mantras, the mantras are taught to from the almost early stages. As soon as Upanayana is over, at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8. So after that, he begins. The child is it's Balya. Brahmana, when it comes, Yajna Yaga and all, he is Yauvana. Then Aranyaka when comes, in Aranyaka we see, here in the first part, it is all praises and stutis. Samhita contains praises and stutis for children to practice. In here, Kriya Pradhana. Here, how to do a Yaga Yajna. From the beginning, and they make you transcend and go beyond. They don't leave you at that stage. There is meditation, contemplation. It's a tattvic meaning. What does it mean in the end? Suppose I am going to offer this Ashwamedha Yaga I am going to do. Ashwa I will bring, and then I will leave the Ashwa for going round. I will see that it is protected and brought back, and I have to do the Ashwamedha Yajna. The Ashwa is cut and its meat is offered. It is actually that the Ashwa is not actually cut and put into the, it is extremely gross level. A similar wooden can be done and the wood can be offered. The third is when you come to the contemplative life, he will explain what is that horse. That horse is the sunrise. Rising sun is its face, midday is its trunk and the middle part, and the hind part, tail and hinder legs are the setting sun. Now, in contemplation, you are going to offer your balya, your yavana, the evening of your life to God. Day, if you take day, the morning time you are going to offer to God. Your afternoon time you are going to offer. Trisandhya you are going to do. You are offering yourself. So, it is taken from gross level of his seeing physical, your horse running about and all, and slowly, step by step, he is brought to the tattva. Look, the horse is here. In the sky, you can see. Morning, you stand in the front of ocean, you will see the whole horse, the whole horizon as the horse. So, this is to be offered actually. By this, you transcend how to transcend the nature and go beyond is the essence. So we see this, in childhood, it refers to the childhood, the mantra samhita, then the brahmana refers to the yavana period of life, where yajna-yagas are brought into picture, then the aranyaka are the vanaprastha period of life. That is, the evening has come. When they have finished the duties of life, all children and have settled down in their life, they have to now totally dedicate their time to God and God alone. Leave everything totally. I spent all these years of my life in that world with all bondage and now, no, enough of it. I don't want anything. I will totally dedicate my life to God. So he does what all he has been doing physically, now he will sit and do the whole thing mentally. It is called upasana. Upasana is all in young age I can do so many things. I can run about, bring the flowers, puja articles, I can earn, I can do, but I can't do as the old age comes. I have to give up all things. But I will mentally do all things. That is called upasana. It comes under the Aranyaka. If you study the Aranyaka, it will have two parts. One, how to conduct our life as vanaprasthis and how to prepare for the next stage of sannyasa. So, in life, it is the transition period, Aryanaka. That is, I am leaving the world totally and trying to dedicate myself to God. Now I am leaving myself also and going to God alone. I was there independent of all my relations, my property and all I had left, and I was there. Now I give myself to God totally. This is sannyasa. There is no more I. Mine is given up, I also is given up. So in Aranyaka, in the Vedas, we see this part of in the Aranyaka and the last part after sannyasa. That last part, Vradhapya, is the Upanishads. Upanishads tell about what is your real identity. You came with a false identity of being a physical body. Now you have to leave the body with the spiritual identity, I am one with God. So this is the what Vedas contain. Another aspect of life when we see brahmacharya, garihastya, vanaprastha, sannyasa. These are the samhita, then brahmana, aranyaka, and Upanishads. How beautifully, see, Vedas means we don't have clear picture of what Vedas are. One is the how the yajna yaga are done, how the things are, the actions that we are going to do. According to that, there is division. Then the division according to the stages of our evolution, both life wise and bodily wise. Balya, Yavana, Vanaprastha, then last aged. Then similarly, Brahmacharya, Garihastya, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. This pattern. Now, subject wise also it is divided. Subject wise, it is Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Jnana Kanda. Karma Kanda is the early part of life. I have to do a lot of action because I have so many desires, I have so many ambitions to fulfill. I've got all these things to attain. So I will do that. So I am interested in work more and more. I have to gain, I have to pass exams, I want to show, I want to deal. All this is Karma Kanda. Once you fulfill all your needs of life, all attainments, then you will go to the Upasana Kanda. Everything is settled down in life, then Upasana Kanda. I cannot physically do now all things. Now I will do all things what I have to do, sitting in a corner mentally. Upasana Kanda. Then I transcend the Upasana Kanda also. I go to the Jnana Kanda, the pure contemplative life of identifying myself with the absolute reality. So, this is the whole way how it is designed. This is this division of the Vedas. All these sections are formed by the Veda Vyasa. Means imagine his means if Veda Vyasa was not there, we would not have we would not have been able to retain the Vedas. He did not do only section by division and leave it. He had 4 disciples to whom he handed over each section. Rigveda, you follow and go. See that it is not lost. You make your disciples and continue this. So, different people, different 4 disciples of 4 Vedas he gives to them. You continue, you continue. Whatever is left with us now presently is what Veda Vyasa has given to us, and out of that also much has been lost because of there was the printing, writing, taking down notes and all came just recently. Maybe 20, 30 centuries earlier. Before that it was not there. From mouth to mouth. The tendency, but the way in which it is preserved. The 11 types, we did the Samhita Pata of Gayatri, Padapata last time. Then Krama Pata, Jata Pata, Ghana Pata we did. Similarly, there are 11 types. The first 3 are normal, it is called Prakritika. Then Vikriti. The words are put in such a combination that you cannot miss anywhere. You get a counter check you can have any time. If any word is missing or anything is happening, any doubt, there is another way of chanting where it will be caught. Now suppose Danda way of chanting is there. 1, 2. First letter, first word, second word. The next comes the 5th and 6th. Uh, you see, then 2 and 3, then 7 and 8. Then suddenly you see 1, 2, 3 combination, and then 5, 6, 7 combination. It's called danda. It's going like a stick with knots here and there. I will send all this to you in the writing. This time I could not do. So you'll be having a clear picture of how they preserved it by telling from mouth to mouth. The preservation is very difficult. And it is almost impossible because generations of generations have to travel. One word may fall short or increase, but it never happened. So the 11 types, 11 ratha, danda, dhwaja, all these are various types by which the combinations are done in such a way that nothing can be missed. This is how the thing was preserved till today, and this when the original sages received that knowledge, then we see the whole world is today calling it as the cradle of spirituality. Cradle of spirituality. The humanity began the thought of a spiritual entity after they realized. It may be whatever period we cannot imagine, it is beyond our understanding when it began, but how that the whole world receiving, looking at a thing which cannot be, by no means can be conceived, a day to transcend the entire nature and go beyond, we can't, because we are bound by everything of the world, bound to the body. How long will we be holding on to this body? We are going to continue our life. So this is what we need now. So the last part of Upanishads is the entire spiritual content of the Vedas. All are important because we pass through Balya to the extreme old age, and we pass through all the experiences of life, and we grow in the same way, and we need the entire thing, but the essence is in the Upanishads, the grandest part of the Vedas. That also we will see in the subsequent classes, and each Vedas, just what are the things we will see later on. So for today, any questions or anything? His initiation from Guru is a must to advance in spiritual life. Swamiji, his initiation from a Guru is must to advance in the spiritual life. It is not absolutely necessary, provided it is something like asking to become a doctor. Is it absolutely necessary to go to school and college? Need not. You can learn. You can. What a kind of nature you must have to comprehend a thing, to comprehend a bodily existence, to know every bit of thing. Now, how much of research has gone through regarding bodily existence that I can, within a few years of my life, suppose I spend after pre-university, 5 years I become a doctor, another 2-3 years I become a surgeon, I become a research student, I gain, within a short period I can finish off my studies and be an expert in that. But suppose I try to analyze, take a body, try to analyze, go on searching. How much of penetrative understanding I must be having? I must be a scientist myself. And I don't know whether I'll be able to complete in this life or not. Same thing happens to the spiritual life. I have to go by trial and error method because it's a long journey. See, years of sadhana, according to the Guru's instruction, who has seen and come and tell us, see, I have seen my child, I have seen God. This is the path we went. We all have gone through that path. You have to go through this path. Start. Years of struggle, we see where we are. Because don't develop the spiritual eyes, the spiritual insight. It is like I am sleeping and traveling in a train. I don't know where I have come till I wake up myself from the dream. So when I wake up, I will know where I am. Otherwise, I will not know. Like that in sadhana, till spiritual awakening takes place, you will not know where I am. Am I doing rightly or not? So much of sadhana is going in vain. I am doing every day, I am getting up, I am doing whatever my guru told. But I don't find any result. So many doubts assail our mind. And then we have to know, we have to search, we have to discover. Then a day, suddenly you see it's open. And the second thing is karmic load that we carry, the tendencies we have developed, we cannot overcome so easily. Now, Guru shares your karma. Once he initiates, the Guru initiates you, he'll be watching you from a different dimension that you don't know. That Guru is watching you day and night. He may not be watching you physically. He'll be watching your spiritual existence. What is happening? How much load is coming from the world? How much load is going away? So, when the karma is going to disturb him from the spiritual path, the Guru is informed by the nature. Nature, you see such and such disciple is getting such and such problem, that karma is coming up. Immediately, he receives that karma. He participates, he identifies with that jiva and takes away that karmic load and comes back and alone suffers or enjoys. The disciple is free from the diversions, distractions of the sadhana. Otherwise, a little karma taking him somewhere may take him far away, and to return back to the point where he diverted, it may take few lives also, we don't know. So, Guru takes that responsibility and makes your path clear. This is one thing. Third thing is, he is giving you a mantra which is awakened, which has power and which is conscious. Otherwise, we get material word of mantra from the internet or from friends or from books or what I have read and heard. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All these. Not that they don't have effect, it depends upon the faith. But when Guru gives, after experiencing, it is Chaitanya, it is no more words. Words with it has power, it is conscious. When you will know is, suppose you do the Guru given mantra faithfully with great love, till the end, you don't have any spiritual experiences. You die without any spiritual experiences. No problem. That mantra at the time of death, it will become a beautiful cradle like Jyoti Punja and take you a ball of consciousness and take that Jivatman safely to a Yogya mother and keep in her womb and make that body grow. The mantra makes the body grow. Whereas the normal course, this is not available. My next journey, I have to do myself. The according karmas will take me to somewhere. I don't have freedom, but mantra takes care of my entire future. Guru is there after I die also, holding an umbrella over me. Lives after life, still I reach God. So these advantages I miss. With my own strength I have to go. It is something like I have to go to Himalayas or Kailas Manasarovar. Now I am trying to walk. It may take how many years, I don't know, months or years. Suppose you take a cycle, it is your energy and your knack, your driver, your energy. Suppose you take a scooter, use petrol, nature is providing you the energy. You go faster, you go without strain. So, Guru gives that petrol, Guru gives that vehicle with which you can travel. Alright, anything else? Thakur repeatedly in Gospel, one must assimilate this, one must assimilate this. Swamiji and direct disciples quickly absorb the teachings, but we hear the same thing but cannot assimilate. How can we assimilate? Because we are not yet serious about our attainments. We are busy in the world. Thakur says, as long as child is playing, mother feels happy and she is busy with her own things, work. When the child becomes restless, starts weeping and shouting, mother, 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 then mother keeps all things aside and starts running to that child. We have not come to that state that a little spiritual growth is necessary so that the what is given, what is told, we are able to grasp. This is called awakening of the medha. Now, today morning they did the Vedic chanting. In that Medha Sukta was there. Medha Devi Jushatam. That Medha is power of comprehension, retention, and application. Awakening of Medha means I can understand anything. Suppose somebody tells, I understand it. I grasp it immediately. I don't need time. If I read a thing, if I see a thing, right understanding, see, there are people who see right thing and misunderstand, wrongly take it. Viparita Jnana. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna tells about it. They will be thinking always reverse way. Good things they see, bad in good things also. Such people are there. It is not right understanding. So here comes the right understanding of things, grasping whatever he sees, to see divine in this world, to see divine in everyone. How much of purity is needed, you see. How much of clarity of understanding, how much of purification of ragadvesha. Only love is there, no likes and dislikes, then I will be able to see divine. So purificatory process has to go on. So we see that the power of comprehension, right understanding of a thing, even if I read in a scripture, even if I see you physically, I must be able to get the right understanding and complete understanding, of comprehensive understanding. That is called cognition. Then retention. What I have read, I understand. Now people will be listening. Swamiji spoke so nicely. Then Then what did he say? Something I forgotten, other things I don't remember. So, understood. They understand, not that they don't understand, but they have no power of retention. This power of retention, and some people retain, and then exact time they don't use it. Afterwards, they will repent. I should have told him like this. Next time when it happens, I will do. So, the application, right time applying the things. When I get angry, to bring jnana into picture, how much difficult you see. I understand I should not get angry, I must be calm, it is a test, it is a training, everything I understand. But when I get angry, the jnana will run away. That should not happen. The right moment, it must be applied. So, this power of retention, comprehension, retention, and again application is called medha. Medha awakens. To awaken medha, one of the important part in our day-to-day life is not to forget God. Nirantara smarana, prayerful attitude, surrender to the divine, and a pure life. Important is given about the purity. Purity in action, thought, and feelings. This will awaken the medha in us, which immediately grasp, and then it is like Thakur says, you see, Sri Ramakrishna says, Swati Nakshatra, that oyster will be waiting. When the Swati star is on the ascent, when it rains, the oyster just catches a drop of water and goes deep inside and gets it converted into pearl. Like that, you must be able to catch immediately and assimilate it, get the transformation. You see, Vedas are considered as mantras. They are meant for transformation of life. Guru given mantra is given for you to undergo the transformation. You see how Buddha underwent the transformation. How she simply walks off on the great journey. So this we have to acquire. So pure life, prayerful attitude, attitude of surrender, and loving all jivas and sharing whatever I have with them makes you awaken the spiritual awakening. Awakening of the medha will be there. Anything else? In Kali Yuga, we are indulging in grahasthashram. Other three ashramas we are not following. Kindly enlighten how one should gradually take up all the ashramas. Yes. See, the thing is, to certain extent, we are following the brahmacharya ashrama also. Student life is there. Student life is a life of strict discipline, that we can just right understanding given to by the parents and teacher. There must be some loving, intimate relationship between teacher and student, parent and student. Otherwise, the brahmacharya period will be, the student life will be not successful. We get some information, collect some information in our brains, and go ahead, come out of the university. That won't do. The life must get transformed. I must prepare myself for a life of an householder during the school days. One thing from the school days, you have to make them disciplined. When they come to the college life, they must be able to live a pure life of purity and dedication. We must teach them there is no enjoyment in student life. Immediately after student life, it is life of enjoyment only. Those who enjoy during student life, especially the drinks, smoking, sex, and all these are prohibited. All other enjoyments, go to the picnic, may have fun, all these things are permitted. Recreation is there, play is there, uh, all type of enjoyments are there. These are restricted. This, if they are not given to enjoyments, then the life of enjoyment comes. All legitimate enjoyments are permitted for humans. Illegitimate are prohibited because your spiritual growth it will cease. So here, the student life who enjoys the prohibited enjoyments, they will have the life of frustration. This must be made to sit firmly in the few years you dedicate. The rest of the life you'll be happy. Give up enjoyments, give up enjoyments. Dedicate few years. The rest of life you'll enjoy. Nothing can stop you. Now, these few years that they have to spend, this student life can be managed with right understanding. One thing the students lack is love of teacher and love of parents. Really, we must love our children. Its parents, just teachers, must love the students. In the earlier days, even in our childhood days, there was extreme intimacy and dependence of student and teacher. Relationship was entirely different. When I was going to school, my teacher used to hold an umbrella over my head and bring me to my house. She was to pass. She will keep one hand on my head and go on walking like a walking stick for her with an umbrella. So where is that relationship today? Gone. When I was there in one of the ashramas in Jabalpur, Ramakrishna Ashrama, I was there for a month on the bank of Narmada. So I saw there is a huge school attached to the monastery. About 3,000 students are studying from nursery to 11th, 12th standard. So all the students were there. One day I was walking in the ground. School was over. After the school is over, gates will be closed. One small gate will be opened. In the middle is the playground. All around is the classrooms, 3-storied, and in the front there is the shrine of Sri Ramakrishna, like Belur Math shrine. Beautiful shrine is there. After the school is over, all students will go away. In the field, some children will come to learn cycle and all that. So one gate will be small, gate will be opened. In that, I was walking evening. A few 5 or 6 children were trying with their cycle. I saw one small girl, must be 4th, 5th standard girl. She was there in the prayer hall. All students have gone. Her cycle is there in front of the temple and she is there. I just while walking, I saw inside, she is piteously weeping. Piteously weeping, I was shocked. Why this girl is alone and weeping? I thought usually these girls will lose their earring or something, golden, and they will be weeping. I thought must be something like that. Then I was waiting. She is 15 minutes she is sitting and weeping in front of the temple, inside the temple, in front of the image of Sri Ramakrishna. Then weeping, she came out. Then she went to the sink, washed her face, got down. She was taking cycle. I went to her. Must be 4th, 5th standard. I asked, what happened? Why are you weeping? She again started weeping. I told, what happened? Tell me. What she told you, no? One of my teacher is leaving the school. I'm shocked. A girl to personally get so much attached to a teacher, she was telling, if all the rest of the teachers go away, I don't bother. This one teacher should not have gone. Means how she has conquered this heart, what support she has given to the student for the student's evolution, means that kind of relationship we don't have now. Then we can mold the children. Whatever you see, first thing is the parents and children have to develop the confidence of the child. Give lot of love and support, that for the sake of little love they should not roam about in this world anymore. Anybody giving love, they must tell, the love that I got from my mother, my father, nobody can give me. So that kind of love we must be able to give to that child. See, when the child is in the womb, first 3 months, they are supposed to chant Durga mantra. That the child needs protection. Om Hrim Dum Durgaye Namaha. The mother goes on chanting 3 times a day at regular intervals, morning at dawn, afternoon, night at the sunset. Sit calmly. The child is receiving that protection of the Divine Mother. Next 3 months, the mother will chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya or Om Namo Narayanaya. Usually Om Namo Narayanaya, not Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana is all-pervading reality. Now the spiritual consciousness must awaken in the child. When the child comes out, it must be able to see divine in everyone. So that mother will utter Om Namo Narayanaya Om the next 3 months, the second 3 months of her pregnancy. That is Narayana means all-pervading consciousness, Chaitanya. The spirit, Chaitanya, which is pervading the universe and governing. Every bit of object is pervaded by him, the Narayana. Beyond is Narayana, antar bahishya tat sarvam vyapya Narayana stitaha. So this is the child is receiving whatever you are doing, whatever is your tendency, and this one, the child imbibes. Suppose I take your one cell and clone, the same you will come in that clone. Like that child is receiving, developing that cells, your cells. So you are feeling the all-pervading Narayana. The child receives that information. It develops a gene which can see divine everywhere. The last 3 months of pregnancy, the mother will repeat Arishta mantra, the form of God which she loves most. Krishna, Ramakrishna, Durga, whatever, Shiva, whatever this one. So he develops love of God and love of all jivas. So how beautiful you see. So this is the way in which the child is born with all necessary qualities to be a fine citizen in this world. Now the mother can mold the external easily because software is already ready. Hardware you can manage. So this is how then the brahmacharya period you must see how the child grows. Entering Grahastha Ashrama, how he lives a pure life of sacrifice, sacrificing for neighbors, sacrificing for the nation, sacrificing for the society. Grahastha life is much more difficult than a sannyasi life because sannyasi doesn't bear much responsibilities. The family responsibility, the social responsibility, the national responsibility, the duties towards the humanity, all these rinas you have to pay, means how much of development you need. So, this type of grahastha jivana. So, as you contemplate on these things, how should be a grahastha? You will become a perfect grahastha. We have not given a thought to it. Internally, it must come out. Externally, nothing can be put. So, when you contemplate on these, how my ancestors lived, I belong to Vatsa Gotra, I belong to Vishwamitra Gotra, I belong to this Gotra, that Gotra. How did the rishis live? How am I living? A life of sacrifice, love, universal love. Whomever see, sacrifice, sacrifice, love. No selfishness, no hiding, no preserving something for. Open, open. Both are lifted. So that kind of life, grahastha jivana, then vanaprastha. Duties are over. All these years I have given to world. I have lived a perfect life. I have no fear. But I want to dedicate now entirely for God to show to the next generation how to spend the old age. Enjoy. The Vanaprastha is when the small children moving around in batches will come, talk to them about the life. They get all the information. So many stories, so many experiences. They go from Vanaprasthi to get so many. When we joined as in the monastery, Ramakrishna Mission, we went to the training center, Belur Math. There is one Arogya Bhavana meant for the old Swamis. There are about 50, 60 old Swamis. They are this money, some of them are direct disciples. So we are like grandsons. We used to somehow escape from the. We have got just like college. We have in training center from morning 8 to evening 4. We have regular classes. Same classroom. One of the Acharya Swamis will take the class. And then board writing, taking notes, all these exams, everything will be there. What we began in the nursery school will continue in the monastery. At that time, we will run to these old Swamis. Each Swami, when he puts forth his experiences of life, what a thing, what a joy to hear to them. The children are missing their grandparents. I feel very much hurt that the children are not getting the grandparents and grandparents are weeping and sitting in the house. That is the time when they have to love and give. They are now seeking in old age. Oh, nobody is looking after. They are eating nicely, not giving me. They are moving about, roaming. They are not taking us. All these old age, old people. No, that should not have happened. Children also. Nicely they should have sought things. So when it comes to Vanaprastha life, with how we used to enjoy going to the old Swami, do some small service. As they go on telling us the stories of the ancient time, we go on pressing their feet, take their clothes, run and wash and put. How much joy you see. That is the life of Vanaprastha, to train the next generation, coming up generation, and totally depend on God and show how to live an independent life dedicated to God. After that is the life of sannyasa. Mine is gone, I also is going to go away with God. Total oneness with the divine. So this, as we contemplate, as we think, we have to know Ramakrishna has come. Ramakrishna wanted every householder to be a rishi life, lead a rishi life. Because everybody cannot renounce and become sadhus, sannyasis. So how to, a few will become, the rest must be realized souls living in the world. It is possible, it has to come. Ramakrishna showed how to live in the world as a rishi. with family, with friends, with all things. Now the modern amenities also are there. With all that you will live, but untouched by anything, like a lotus. When I was on the bank of Narmada, one girl was there going to college. I took her book to see how it is. In notes, in her school, every notebook, first page, she has written, जग में रहूं तो ऐसे रहूं ज्यों जल में कमल का फूल रहे. If I live in this world, I will live like a lotus in the mud. Muddy water below. The lotus is standing independent of that. It is being nourished by that mud water, but untouched by the mud. So that is how we have to live in the world. It is possible. Pray. Everything will become successful. All right. Anything else? We'll close today. Next week we'll meet. हे प्रार्थना जगदीश से यह स्वर्ग सम संसार हो अति उच्चतम जीवन बने परमार्थमय व्यवहार हो ना हम रहे अपने लिए हमको सभी से गर्ज है गुरुदेव आशीष दो जो सोचने का फर्ज है हम हो पुजारी तत्व के गुरुदेव के आदेश के सच प्रेम के नित नेम के सधर्म के सत्कर्म के ऊंचीड़ झूठी राह की अन्याय की अभिमान की सेवा करन में दास की परवाह नहीं हो जानगी छोटे न हो हम बुद्धि से हो विश्वमय से ईशमय हो राममय और कृष्णमय जगदेवमय जगदीशमय हर इंद्रियों हर ताभ कर हम वीर हो अति वीर हो उज्ज्वल रहे सर से सदा निज धर्म रत खंभीर हो अति शुद्ध हो आचार से तन मन हमारा सर्वदा अध्यात्म की शक्ति हमें पल भी नहीं कर दे जुदा इस अमर आत्मा का हमें हर श्वास भरने गत रहे घर मौत भी तो आ गई सुख दुख हमसे सम रहे घर मौत भी तो आ गई सुख दुख हमसे सम रहे सुख दुख हमसे सम
जीवन के